Hi, today I have a list of 5 desk accessories plus 2 bonus items that are here to hopefully help you improve your desk setup, improve your workflow, and just make your overall work experience better. These items have worked for me, so I hope they'll work for you too. Let's get into it. Okay, so back in 2019 was when I bought my desktop computer. And ever since then, I've been adding things to my desk, taking away things, and just seeing what works best. So after all these years, I've compiled this list of 5 products, and I actually have 2 extra products at the end. So all of these have been helping me, and I hope they can help you. And if they do help you find anything interesting, everything is linked down below. It supports the channel if you do use the links down below, so your help is appreciated. But let's dive into it. Okay, first on the list is a mouse. And this isn't just any mouse, so what makes this mouse special? Well, this is the Logitech MX Master 3S, to be a little more specific. And this mouse is unique in a couple different ways, and I'll tell you why. First of all, this mouse has a plethora of buttons on it, and unlike some gaming mouses, I think there are not too many buttons. There are enough buttons to make you efficient, but not too many to overwhelm you, so I think this is pretty good. This mouse is wireless, again, not unique to many mouses, but it has an option for either Bluetooth or you can plug it in via a little USB dongle. And this mouse is very ergonomic. It fits my hand and it fills my hand very nicely, unlike any mouse that I've ever tried. But that's not the thing that sets this mouse apart. To me, the thing that really sets this mouse apart is the fact that you can program the buttons. Logitech includes some software that comes with the mouse that you can program the buttons to do individual tasks for specific programs. Let me explain for a second. For example, if I have Google Chrome open, I can have the buttons ready to do certain functions within Google Chrome. But the software allows me to program the buttons to do something else if I have Adobe Premiere open, for example. So in Premiere, I can have the buttons to do different functions that are going to help me work in Premiere. And then if I switch to Google Chrome, it's already got the functions pre-mapped to do the things that I told it to do for Google Chrome. So this makes this mouse endlessly customizable for anything that you're working on, and has significantly helped my workflow. Now on top of all of that, this mouse is also extremely nice to use. The clicks on it are not like normal mouse clicks. They're very silent. Here's actually a little sound bite, so you can kind of get an idea of what it sounds like. Now, as cool as the clicks might be, I'm sure you're wondering, well, why does that really matter? Well, I'll tell you why it matters. I think this is something that you'll see as a theme in this video, is that when it's nice to use, it makes it easier to work. This is, at the end of the day, a tool to get work done. And if the tool is a pleasure to use, then that makes working just that much easier. So that's something that I think I've recently discovered, especially with this mouse and the keyboard that I'll talk about later. Those are both very nice tools, and that makes the whole workflow just feel much better, much more enjoyable. So with that being said, the mouse has been fantastic. If you think about it, the mouse and keyboard are the only things that you use to interact with your computer. So if your interactions with your mouse and keyboard are good, then you have a better interaction with your computer overall. Okay, product number 2 on the list is a desk mat. This particular desk mat is a faux leather desk mat by Gallaway Leather, and I really like it for a couple reasons. First of all, having desk mat is just a nice feature because it allows you kind of to divvy up the spaces on your desk. So the place where the desk mat is only for the keyboard and mouse, which I like, because on the sides it leaves space for other things that if I want to take notes, I can leave my notepad next to it. But the desk mat makes it so that that area is reserved for the mouse and keyboard. So it kind of keeps things divvied up and organized. The other reason I like the desk mat is that it basically acts as a giant mouse pad. So I will never run out of space on my desk for my mouse to move around because the mouse pad is just huge. So I really like that. There are tons of desk mats out there. This is just the one that I went with. So just pick a good one for yourself. This one is linked down below if you want to check it out. Let's move on to number 3. Okay, number 3 is a monitor stand. And this particular monitor stand is made out of like a thick aluminum, so it looks beefy. But I went with this one in particular because it's pretty slim and not too busy looking. Now, a monitor stand serves a couple different functions. First of all, it raises your monitor, as you might expect. It raises your monitor, and in this case, it raises my monitor to the optimal height that I need it. When doing research for what height a monitor needs to be, I found that the top of the monitor should actually be at eye level. And this monitor stand with my desk setup in my chair raises it to that perfect height. So that is the first and main reason that I like having a monitor stand. Now, the second reason I like the monitor stand is that I also work on my laptop pretty often. And when I do decide to work on the laptop on my desk, it's pretty nice because I can just take my keyboard and mouse and tuck it underneath the monitor stand. And that leaves plenty of room on the desktop that I can work on and use my laptop and do whatever I need to do. Okay, number 4 is a chair. Now, as simple as it may sound, when you're working in front of the computer for several hours at a time, having a good chair is essential. I've recently been using a kneeling chair, and I really like it, primarily because it forces me to sit in a posture correct position. I find myself slouching quite a bit when I work in my office chair, so this kneeler chair definitely helps to keep me straight and kind of reduces back pain, so pretty good. Now, there are a bunch of different brands out there for kneeler chairs. This particular one offers a couple different colors for the chair that you can pick from, and it also has adjustments for where you're sitting and where your knees go. So that's pretty nice. The only thing I will say about this kneeler chair is that sometimes the cushions become a little too squished if you're sitting in it for a long time. But that hasn't been a problem for me because I like to switch between my office chair and this kneeler chair to just kind of give me some variation in what position I'm sitting in. So overall, kneeler chair has been super helpful. I really like it. Okay, number 5 is a keyboard. And my particular keyboard is a custom mechanical keyboard. And I've actually made a whole video talking all about all the stuff that's in it. But to give you a quick rundown of what's in there, this is a Keychron V1 with Akko CS Lavender purple switches, and the keycaps are by DIY Keycap. Now, similar to the mouse that I mentioned earlier in this video, this keyboard is one of the few things that you use to make inputs into your computer. So if it's enjoyment to make inputs to your computer, you're gonna enjoy the workflow a lot better. And that's exactly what I found. This keyboard just is so nice to type on. I've really enjoyed having it. And at the end of the day, if something encourages you to get a task done, then I'm not sure what more you can ask for a desk accessory. So keyboard and the mouse have been just such a good addition to the desk. Okay, now for the 2 bonus items that I mentioned. The first bonus item is Decor. Decor kind of in general. This technically isn't a desk accessory, which is kind of why I didn't make it on the list, but I've got 3 Decor items that I want to call out. Those 3 items are lighting, plants, and wall decor. So I'm sure you've seen in many of my videos this little lamp that sits on my desk, and I think it just adds some ambiance to the room, and I really like how it does that. You've also probably seen the plant that's behind me in a lot of my videos. I think that also adds some ambiance to the room and just kind of livens it up in here, doesn't make it feel so cold, so I really like that. And the last thing is the wall print. This particular wall print is actually pretty cool. It's a picture that I took when I was in Colorado, and it's one of my favorite pictures that I've taken, probably because it just looks so cool being so wide on this big print. And if you are interested in prints, I have a link down below where you can order some prints of pictures that I've taken. Your support is appreciated. Okay, bonus item number 2 is extra storage. And by extra storage, I mean extra digital storage for files and things like that. For me, as a video editor and photographer, I end up using a lot of storage. So having a giant hard drive to hold all of that has been super helpful. I don't have to worry about having multiple little hard drives that I plug in and out, and I don't have to keep track of them. This one just sits on the desk, it stays there, it's always plugged in, so I always have access to the files. So that's been super nice. Now, there are some smaller drives out there, there are some much bigger drives out there, but this one has worked well for me, and I also really like its price point too. I actually had a friend recommend this to me a while ago, and he said this is one of the best bang for the buck drives that you can get. So that instantly caught my attention, and it's been serving me well ever since. Okay, so that was my list of 5 plus 2 desk accessories that I found to be super helpful to me. I hope that you find them helpful, or I hope that they can offer some inspiration for you if you're looking to build out your desk setup. So, if you're interested in any of the products, again, everything is linked down below and your support is appreciated. Thanks for watching.